द इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ कंपनी सेक्रेटरीज ऑफ इंडिया म्हणजेच ICSIचा वार्षिक कार्यक्रम पणजीमध्ये पार पडला. या कार्यक्रमाला फोमेंतो ग्रुपचे चेअरमन अवधूत तिमलो मुख्य अतिथी म्हणून उपस्थित होते. त्यांनी विविध विषयांवरती आपली अभ्यासू मतं या कार्यक्रमामध्ये मांडली आहेत.
All of you who are professionals and all of you who are, what I may say, are custodians of guarding the famous doctrine and principle of the limited liability and the creation of this great invention called an artificial person. I'm not qualified as a company secretary, I'm far from it. I'm also not in the field of that space of professionalism of chartered accountancy, company law and so on. But I do reading in history, and this gives me an opportunity to share with you some of my thoughts. You are here 500 years later. The concept of limited liability came at about that time. I'm told from Scotland, but let's say it is Britain. And they did that, and it was one of the most marvelous inventions of mankind. When you take the fear away, people dare, and then one who dares wins. So once you have a limited liability, your pant is not taken off, your shirt is not taken off, your food is still on the table. And then you can say, oh, I'm going to climb the mountain. I'm going to take a voyage to discover America or India, and I'm going to do this and this and this because I have, the fear of failure is gone out of me. It is like, in tennis, there is a second service. So you go full blast with the first service. But if there was only one service, that service would not be as developed as it is today. So I want to get into the developmental phase of the world thanks to this one invention, limited liability. And you are very important, so are others, but you are also very important to safeguard these persons, these artificial persons, from creating bad to the society, from creating bad to themselves. Because we have seen from time to time how corporations fail, and if they fail in an orderly manner, like many times it happens in the US, go into a very efficient bankruptcy and out of it. A company can be wound up in a very stormy manner, leaving everyone on the receiving end, leaving everyone in a very poor state. Or it can be wound up in a very nice manner. I have one example that I traced back some years ago, and the name of the company was the Bombay Reclamation Company. It was one of the most successful companies on the Bombay Stock Exchange, and they did marvelous job of creating Bombay. Bombay is not what you see today. It was reclaimed, and therefore the company was called Bombay Reclamation Company. And it was a limited company. I'm sure they had a very good company secretary, because he went very methodically the directors must have been also of very high ethical fiber. The company did a phenomenal job, appreciated by all over the world. And then finally, Bombay was created, and they said, okay, now we've also made a lot of money. Here is so much cash with us, huge amount of cash, more than all the today's companies put together. Some of these companies who hold cash, and they said we must now do this and this. The company secretary and the other people said, no, sorry, look at the memorandum, the clause. Your job is only to reclaim. There is no more reclamation needed, and I think you should wind up the company. The company was wound up because of the advice of someone like very strong company secretaries and others to say, yes, it should be wound up. And amount of wealth that was distributed to the shareholders was also immense. This limited liability thing has made top companies in the world. Take the case of Apple, $2 trillion. It was moved that you have something like $500 billion in cash. Wind up the company and distribute it to the shareholders. Why do you want to go on dabbling in other projects like an electric car and something. So finally, when the company thinks no end of itself and it thinks it's hubris, then it is for you to look at the book. And you are the custodians, as I said, of good governance. Of course, the directors are important, the auditors are important, but together, all of us must make this person of living artificial person very sound, very important, very stable for the betterment of our economy. Let me go back to why we were colonized, why we were inferior, why we were divided, and why we didn't have the tools to fight. Take the case of another limited liability company, simple company which was floated some 400 years ago, called East India Company. It was not sovereign, it was limited liability. The shareholders was in the London Stock Exchange, and they did not fear the risk because now they were risk free. They were limited liability, so they could take more risk. They came to India very in a subordinate manner and slowly entered the landscape of India and almost became owners of India. I'm sure they had good officers. They became so big, they became arrogant. I'm sure the officers were also corrupt now over a period of time. And the directors, all that is written in the books on this East India Company, how corruption undid that company. And there were no checks and balances because it was outside UK. And this concept of limited liability brought colonialism. They had it, we didn't have it. Throughout the history of India, the artificial person was not created. Everything you won, and if you are lost, you lost your life. Your life was not protected. So the job of the artificial companies limited liability is just that. Many companies, many banks fail because the officers who are supposed to use the magnifying glass or even spectacles to look at what's happening, look the other way. So one small advice I give to my people, including Abhijit, and now I'd like to share it with you. Don't say yes when you mean no. Just put your foot down softly, because I know there will be bosses and bosses who will intimidate you. But just stand by that dissent and slowly say no. And if it gets too much, say it little loudly. I know you may be fired, I know you may lose your job, but your profession will go up, your company may be saved. I don't know, you see, this is happening to all the companies. And that is why you need to I should almost say you are just a custodian or you are a chowkidar. You have to protect what is entrusted to you. I made some notes while I was sitting there and over the last few days. So the success of East India Company was quickly followed by another company which even became wealthy, not as much as, but sometimes wealthier and more powerful. It was known as the Dutch East India Company. They conquered Indonesia because there were no laws in Indonesia either. We were tail-enders in the evolution of laws. Now I say this because you have a presence in Goa today, and one of the first places in Asia where laws, Western laws came and the judiciary came is Goa. If you visit the High Court building, not new one, not old one, but an ancient one, 250 years ago, a High Court was built in Goa, being the first High Court or first judicial building of Asia. It is still working in some dilapidated government sales tax office. But just have a look at it to know that how laws get made. And your president spoke to you about new laws coming, how you need to be more aware, vigilant, and then the society moves forward. So the coming in of the judiciary in Asia was Goa. It is still, the building is still there, and that was in the 17th century, was mostly 18th century, before any judicial institution was developed in India. Goa is also benefited by its globalization, going back another 400 years, which was considered the star of the media in those days, the press. The machine that would print a page, it's called the printing press. The word press comes from a pressing of the alphabets onto the page. And that machine is still in the museum here, more than 300 years ago. So we were accidentally benefited from this globalization process, and therefore in the form of new laws that came to us. We were lucky, I suppose. Thomas Jefferson made another great invention. It is called, again, he said it, that men make laws. All of you will propose to Nirmala Sitharaman or XYZ and new laws will be made. But he said, beyond men making laws, laws make men. Men includes women. But those days it was very much not in vogue to talk about the women. Now it's much more important, and your girl child and all that is so much more important. And I hope Afghanistan will endorse that sooner or later. But for us, when you make a law, then law makes us. So Jefferson made the first three magical words combined with the law of limited liability, gave an impetus to the world. Do you know which three magical words he invented, which were never there before? Just like we talk about computers and we talk about internet, but also English words can also mean magic. The three words are we the people. They were never there before. In the history you read for thousands of years before that, we the people were not there. It was said in some roundabout manner by the order of the king, by God's good grace and all that, but we the people came for the first time in 1776. And through that came power to the people. And then the society started building up. So coupled with all these limited liabilities, the instrument of power out of these inventions, we were colonized. Yes, we were divided, but we were divided for hundreds of years and we were ruled by force, but we were now ruled by law. And that is why in Goa, when we talk about Goa getting together, it is quite a civilized place. 200 years ago, we got a law which made us secular. Secularism didn't come in 47, it may have come elsewhere. Secularism came to Goa through a uniform civil code, which is still in force. I'm happy that it was not repealed like other laws were repealed as soon as we got our liberation. Some of the laws were just very sane, advanced, and therefore such laws should be made applicable to the rest of India. Uniform Civil Code is just waiting to be recognized, and it's a shame that it's the only place in the whole of Asia which has got Uniform Civil Code. That means we are all equal. Men, women, people of different religion, they go by this man-created code of living. That is why sometimes I feel there is good amount of tolerance in Goa and a great respect which makes Goa different from other parts of India. And I hope we are having problems everywhere, but this will be overcome as we make better laws all over the country. Hopefully the Uniform Civil Code will migrate to the rest of the country. Maybe even some forward-looking state should adopt it. But of course, there are parliamentary processes and all that, and it will be a never-ending debate whether Uniform Civil Code is needed, whether 370 was needed, not needed, and we get into so much of discussions that we miss the goal, and we just continue dribbling the ball, and then we get exhausted at the end of the day. Another great event happened in Goa. The religious persecution era was very much present, so the laws were there, but the rule of law was not was different than the law, because the religious heads overruled that, like the mullahs operating in Iran or Taliban's operating in Afghanistan, and all these overzealous religious orders overruling the lovely laws that exist in the world for us to stay in harmony and grow and create great ease of doing business in a very transparent manner. It's not happening most parts of the world. It's not certainly happening in India. The limited liability which I talked about, for which you are a custodian of sorts, is not allowed to proceed, because today when you want to borrow money, the bank says personal guarantee. That vitiates, that militates against the limited liability. And I don't know, I think one of the worst things that happened, second worst thing that happened in the economic landscape of India was bank nationalization. Now, if some political bodies hear me talk this, they say, yes, you're right, it should not have happened in 69. Because they didn't make it, somebody else made it. So that's why I say it's the second worst thing that happened. The worst thing that happened, you are allowing it to continue. So you are as guilty of this wrongdoing or this undoing of India as the person who started it. You have all the options to discontinue it and bring about better market forces under better controls to take India forward under the aegis of limited liability and a good company secretariat. I again come to the point, because you are here. If the chartered accountants were here, I would also say please cooperate. Now, auditors. And all of us as directors, as independent directors, and I want to pass on a message to even Abhijit. I said, don't say yes when your chairman tells you something you don't agree with. Shivaram, you know that too. So with these few thoughts, Mr. President, I will wrap up my talk saying how important it is to have this beautiful artificial person of limited liability, and how more important it is for you to safeguard it. So that's your task.